Testing, testing, testing. Testing! Ah! Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jake the Metalhead, and this video is going to be a little weird, if you couldn't tell by the intro. Basically, long story short, this is going to be a very not... I'm going to try not to rush the editing too much, but this is definitely going to be a bit of a rushed video. Basically, I have vacation coming up in a couple weeks, and I just really wanted to get something out. So, therefore, I am just making a big video and just gonna try not to go like too long with it. But I'm gonna make a massive video about all the stuff that I want to talk about before vacation and just some of the stuff I couldn't get to before my vacation. So yeah, here's a little vacation roundup of all the stuff I want to talk about for, yeah. So I'll kind of go from like bad to like not so bad to like great and all that stuff. Like I'm going from worst to best is basically what I'm trying to fucking say here. In which the first thing to get out of the way, I don't think I'm even gonna bother with the new Rise Against album, mainly because all the singles I either had to convince myself they were good or was just really sad listening to them. Like, mainly like Nod, I had to convince myself was good. Prize Fighter, I just think is just an overall good song, is probably the best single out of all of them. I Want It All is just, I still am struggling with that one. And then the newest one, Ricochet, which is the title track, is just like the main problems that I think are going to be for this album is mainly the production issues, mainly due to the fact of like, for the most part, the writing is still there. It's still Rise Against. It's still like them to the core, but like oh my god, what the hell is this production, dude? What the hell is this production? And I even looked up the producer beforehand, Catherine Marks, and I've taken a bit of a deep dive, like not a little like crazy deep dive, but like I've definitely like taken like just like a skim through some of her previous work. She's a good producer and she can do rock music just fine. So this is making me think that a lot of this shit is just Rise Against. So like I'm just yeah. Like this is making me think that the drums being too low in the mix, the really staticky kind of radio sounding guitar tone, and the fucking voice modulator on Tim. Dude, what? This is making me think that this is all Rise Against, and yeah, I know I'm gonna be sad and just depressed listening to this thing, so I'm probably just not even gonna listen to it. And yeah, this is just shaping up to be possibly the most disappointing album for me of the entire year. So I'm just not even gonna bother with it. So yeah, with that, on to the next thing. Which, by the way, what's the next thing? Do I have to? I did say in the last video I was going to talk about it, so yeah, here we go. This is the review for the latest Five Finger Death Punch project, FFDP Best of Volume 1. Oy. So Five Finger already did a couple of albums that were the best of, which is like just the Decade of Destruction or whatever they were called. And they've already done those. But the thing is, this one is a little special because the reason that this one's coming out is their label decided to sell their masters and decided to do it right behind their backs, which, I mean, obviously is not fucking cool and is a thing that happens in the record industry and is the exact reason why Taylor Swift re-recorded all of her shit, because the label owns the masters and not the artists themselves, which is a bit of a scummy move. And yeah, it's just really not cool. and is another reason why we can blame the record label for this album, because of the fact that this is all re-recorded versions of their older songs. And let me tell you, it doesn't translate for Five Finger Death Punch as well as it does for Taylor Swift. I say this when I'm not even a big Taylor Swift fan at all, which, I mean, clearly you can tell. But, like, at the very least, like, most of her stuff sounded okay and, like, sounded as close to the original as you could get. Whereas, like, this one, it's kind of just a culmination of what Five Finger Death Punch has been putting out for, like, the past 4 album cycles, maybe 5, if I'm remembering correctly. So, yeah. My main issue is the fact of, like, this is, like, very ballad heavy. And I'm noticing mainly due to the fact of, like, it seems that Ivan just can't scream anymore, or maybe is just not putting in the effort to scream. I should probably preface this by saying I'm not a Five Finger Death Punch fan. I used to be when I was younger, but I'm not anymore. So I still do think that they would have a lot to offer if they actually put in some effort into their music, because if you go back and listen to the first 2, maybe 3 records, there is a lot of good guitar work. The drums are kick ass, and Ivan actually sounds pretty good on them, despite the fact that the lyrics are still goofy as fuck. They would have a lot to offer if they didn't just do the same thing and just keep recycling their fucking same sound for like the last, again, 4, maybe 5 albums, which is the exact reason why I found out recently is the reason that their fucking record label sued them, because they were clearly trying to cash out and get out of their fucking contract, which, I mean, I don't blame them whatsoever, but like, dog. But yeah, back to the thing. Under and Over It, if you guys listen to Five Finger Death Punch, it is one of their bigger songs, but like, if you listen to it, you know what it sounds like. If not, here's the original version. This version, instead of Ivan going all crazy with the screams, being like, "Did you hear the one about me being a punk?" I really hope that sounded good. If not, I'm so sorry for those shitty fucking screams. Ivan goes from that to, "Did you hear the one about me being a punk?" Hear the one about me being a punk. It sounds crazy because, like, Ivan can still sing pretty well on this thing, despite the fact that I've started making fun of his voice a lot more recently. You can be me and I will be you. You can live just like a star. But yeah, there's only like 3 heavier songs on here, and a lot of it is very hit or miss. Not even just because of Ivan's voice, but also the fact that like this thing is plagued with production issues. Mainly because like everything's like loud enough in the mix and all that stuff, but like it's weird. The guitar tone once again kind of sounds like really weak, and mainly sounds like they took inspiration from Rise Against, I guess, from the last few singles. Is just like, hey, we can use that guitar tone, but let's make it a little more heavy and tough. So yeah, there's that. And the drums sound like they're fucking just using a piece of cardboard for the snare, and the cymbals sound weak, and overall the drums just, like, again, they sound like how they've been sounding for like the past few Five Finger records. So like, if you've heard the last few Five Finger records and you know that this is all re-recordings of the original material, then you can kind of gauge and guess what it's going to sound like. Which all the production issues kind of make sense when you find out that like they produced it themselves. Guys, you really couldn't get a producer? You really couldn't get somebody good? I know none of these would ever happen, but like, you could have called Will Putney or Jordan Fish. Like, come on. The only song that really sounds true to the original for me and sounds the best on the album is The Bleeding. Because, like, for some reason, like they still know how to capture the magic of this song, despite the fact of, again, Ivan just can't scream anymore, or just honestly seemingly doesn't really want to. Like, I don't know what the reason is, but like he just doesn't scream on the album, and I'm pretty sure most of the screams are from Chris Cale, the bass player and backing vocalist. So like I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, that's just how most of the songs on this thing are gonna sound. They sound fucking just as soulless and lifeless as the last few Five Finger records, except now they're doing it to their actually good material. And yeah, it's just, yeah, yeah. You see why I'm no longer a Five Finger fan, right? Like, if you've heard most of the songs on this record and you've heard the last handful of Five Finger releases, you see why I'm not a fan of this band anymore and why I stopped listening to them, right? The only real thing that I can give them is that the farthest that they go in terms of their older material is Got Your Six, and even then there's only like a couple of Got Your Six songs on here, and most of it is literally just Wrong Side of Heaven, Righteous Side of Hell Part 2 and Back, which at the very least they know where their good material's at, but like still it's just, yeah. And the other troubling thing is I don't know if this is where it's going to stop. Like, I'm sure there's probably like another volume at least coming out. So like I don't know if it's gonna stop here or if it's gonna stop when they're done with their entire discography. So like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I am giving this a very, very, very like unenthusiastic 3 out of 10. And also, I need to add on that there are a couple of live tracks on here. I just skipped those just because I didn't really care about them, mainly because it's fucking Welcome to the Circus, The Bleeding, and Trouble, which The Bleeding I already talked about. And yeah, if you don't know the other two ones, I'll just give you a little preview, I guess. Welcome to the Circus. Am I the only one that doesn't believe in lies? And then Trouble is the one that they released with their Decade of Destruction things that kind of goes like, I don't look for trouble, trouble looks for me. There are like a handful of songs that are on here that are still kind of worth, I guess, checking out if you're really, really feeling froggy and really feeling generous. But other than that, I would just go back and listen to the original stuff, honestly. So there's that. And now from the bad to the only good thing that I'm talking about in this video, Fantastic Four First Steps. Pretty sure I said that correctly because I've been fucking it up the last few takes, so just making sure I say it correctly. First Steps. First Steps. I'm going to do what I did for my Superman review and do the non-spoiler stuff first and just give you my score now, just so you can avoid spoilers, because I will be going into some spoilers. I don't know if I'm going to be spoiling the entire movie, but the point still stands. I'm going into spoilers. So here's a non-spoiler shit now. 9 out of 10. Acting was really good. This movie has a lot of charm to it. Story is a bit basic and does take a little bit from Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer. But then again, if you're doing the Galactus and Silver Surfer storyline, how the hell are you not going to use stuff from that movie? So, yeah. But point still stands. Story was good for what it ended up being. And yeah, I just thought this was a really, really well made movie. And I'm also happy that we finally have a good, actually good Fantastic Four movie. Because the first two, they were so bad that they were good. And then Fan Four Stick, if I'm bringing up Fan Four Stick, it's only to make fun of it. So that should tell you all you need to know about that movie. So yeah. And if you have the time to get out and go see it, I implore you, please definitely go see it because it is well worth the time. And for me personally, it's kind of neck and neck for which one I like better, either this one or Superman. Because, like, yeah, it was just that good. But that stuff I will get to the spoiler section. So, yeah, 9 out of 10 movie. Go see it if you haven't already. And if you're stopping right here, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. Okay, so now that everybody who doesn't want to be spoiled is gone, let's get into the fucking spoilers. The main reason this movie is neck and neck for me is because I had some expectations and I was very more skeptical going into it than I was with Superman. Like Superman, I had confidence and was really hoping was going to be good, and I was not disappointed. But Fantastic Four, I was definitely a little more skeptical on going into it. The main thing for me was I wasn't sold mainly on like the more retro futuristic style that this movie goes for, but now after having seen the movie, it uses this world really well and does a really good job of using said world and just making it feel very lively and just yeah, the world that this fucking movie scopes out and fleshes out is really really good. The second big thing and the biggest thing for me personally going into this movie was I wasn't sold on Pedro as Mr. Fantastic. And that's not the Jesus fucking Christ. That's not
There was that guy in the band who had hair like a giant pyramid. Remember him? Yeah, he would have gone up like Chernobyl if you'd hold a letter up to his head. I tell you that.
I sound like the fucking probe droid from Empire Strikes Back. But yeah, that's not really a knock to his acting ability because Pedro is a really good actor with a damn good amount of range. And I figured he was going to do good, but like, I don't know. I couldn't, like, it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain. I just couldn't fully see the vision of him being Mr. Fantastic and him being Reed Richards. But I am happy to say that I was proven wrong and I really, really dug him as Mr. Fantastic. But yeah, I really like how they played into his intellect a little bit more rather than him being Mr. Goofy Stretchy Boy. And yeah, I just really like how they really did a good job of cementing him as being the smartest dude in the room and just being like one of the smartest dudes on the planet, which is exactly how he is in the comics. He is the smartest dude in the Marvel Universe. Johnny and Ben were done perfectly in this movie. I know there were some complaints about Ben's voice not being the whole fucking groggly fucking voice that he normally does have. But I think with the dude still having a deeper voice still does work really well. And yeah, him and Johnny just play off of each other so goddamn well. Like these two on screen together were like the funniest points in the movie, and they felt like the two annoying little brothers that just will not stop going at each other. Speaking of Johnny, I like how they made him smart because it would make sense if he was smart. Because why the hell would he be going on the space extradition that extradition? Why would he be going on the space expedition that gave them all the superpowers if he wasn't smart and he was dumb like the Chris Evans version? Like, don't get me wrong, he's still a cocky goofball in this movie, but he at least has more brains and is very, very capable and actually intelligent. So yeah, I like that. And I also like how he had like quite a few very heroic parts in this movie and really made him they made him be one of those characters that's funny, but is serious when he needs to be. And I really do appreciate that. And now we move on to Sue, which is one of the most egregious points in this video because now I have to get into this shit. I really dug Sue in this movie. I thought Vanessa Kirby did a goddamn good job of playing Sue, and this movie also does a really good job of showing us almost the full scope of her powers and just kind of power scaling her correctly. And this is the part where I have to get into this shit because I've been seeing so much goddamn, oh my god, it's the return of the MCU. Oh my god, it's fucking and I just want to fucking kick these people in the nuts virtually in Minecraft. Like I do for every single time a new Star Wars or a new comic book movie or a new fucking comic book show comes out. Like, I alluded to this in my Superman review, but the anti-woke crowd are the most egregious, annoying, and just these guys are more annoying and cause me more grief and pain than any bad album can ever do to me, honestly. Because it's so fucking annoying when I just want to go in and just enjoy a movie and I start seeing this fucking stupid shit online and fucking just, I just, because like I said in the Superman review, I'm not that big of a political person. And on top of that, I don't go into every single fucking movie or TV show thinking that I'm gonna fucking find something political that I'm not gonna like or disagree with. And I don't go into it with a political mindset. Do you know what mindset I do go into any movie, video game, or TV show with? To fucking be entertained! I don't go into this movie finding shit that I'm not gonna like politically because, again, I'm not that big of a political person because I just don't fucking care because of the fact that politics on the internet just gets so fucking stupid that I just completely block myself out of it and try to block myself out of it the best I can. Like Shalabal Silver Surfer, I was not worried about this at all because I know that this was a thing in the comics and that this is a completely different character. And after seeing the fucking movie and seeing that she sacrifices herself to send Galactus back to the fucking wherever he gets teleported at the end and to beat Galactus, which another thing, I like how they didn't kill Galactus, which gives them the sentiment to come back and maybe should be in Secret Wars because he is in Secret Wars. But point still stands, what this movie told me with what they did with it is that we're getting the male Silver Surfer that everybody knows and everybody loves and everybody seemingly prefers down the line. Because how the hell is Galactus just going to fucking take the sword to the chest and just not kill her afterwards for completely screwing him over? But with all the fucking cool shit that Silver Surfer does in this movie and all the crazy fucking aura farming shit that she does in this movie, like blowing up the... I'm going on a rant here, Train. Okay, we're good. But with Silver Surfer doing all the crazy shit that they do in this movie and doing all of the fucking aura farming shit, like blowing up the bridges in the movie to prevent them from teleporting the Earth, and then also fucking surfing on lava, surfing in a fucking wormhole, and amongst other shit that I'm just saying, with all that shit, you would not be complaining that much if this was the male Silver Surfer. And I'm sorry that they actually made Silver Surfer as cool as they are in the fucking comics. And as for Sue, they fucking, again, really gave her the full or almost full scope of her powers. And the reason that they did that is because she has been one of the most, if not the most, overpowered member of the Fantastic Four since its inception. And she has been a member of the team and has been one of the strongest members of the team since the fucking 60s. And it's also just the thing, too, where just like in the comics, like, I feel like no character in the Fantastic Four is stronger than the others in terms of their writing. I feel like everybody is very equally strongly written in this movie, just like, again, how they were in the comic books and all that stuff. So, yeah, I apologize for getting loud, and I apologize for getting so worked up and getting so fired up about this shit. But I have been seeing this shit for so goddamn long, and I'm sick and fucking tired of it. Like, again, I just want to fucking be entertained. I don't go into this shit with a political mind, and I just go into this shit wanting to be entertained. Just shut the fuck up and let me be entertained, you fucking smooth-brained fucking asshole dickheads. Future Jake here. I just wanted to get on here because I felt like at this point of the video, I just started rambling and just saying the same shit over and over and over again. So I just wanted to make my point a little more concise here. So basically, If you're one of the people who is anti-woke and you want to leave a hate comment or something like that, I wouldn't really bother with it because I'm probably just not even going to read it, honestly. But if you do, thank you for the engagement. And also, somehow, if a bigger YouTuber sees this and responds to it, again, wouldn't even waste your energy on it because I'm not going to watch it and I'm not even going to bother with it. But again, thank you for the engagement. So, yeah, just wanted to break down the points here a little bit more and just make them a little more cohesive and concise. So, yep, back to the video. I just want this fucking place and want these videos to be just me talking about the entertainment and shit. And I don't want to get into fucking politics or get as little into politics as humanly possible on this fucking channel. So if you are one of those people that is just going to comment or make a response video to this, then please just do me a favor and just don't even waste your energy with it and just fuck off, because I'm not even going to watch it and I'm not even going to fucking respond to the comment. I'm just going to fucking delete it, honestly. But that being said, again, 9 out of 10. This movie was fucking fantastic. Say that again. And I implore you, if you want to go see it or give it a chance, or even if you want to just go fucking see it again, just go fucking see it because it deserves it just as much as Superman, honestly. And yeah. So that's going to be it from me. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos coming soon. And I will see you guys when I get back from my vacation. Peace. Well, fuck that. Peace.